In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the O-Train East Extension, which is expanding O-Train service from Blair Station to Trim Road in Orléans. Stations in this video we're going to be watching are Trim, Place d'Orléans, Convent Glen, Jeanne d'Arc, and Montreal. Let's take a look. So here we are at Trim Station, eastern terminus for O-Train Line 1 and Line 3. As you can see, the station is really advanced since our last visit back in the fall. The permanent bus loop area is actually now in service, and the parking lot right adjacent to the station is also open. So nice bus loop service over here. And you can see the overhead pedestrian crossing that comes from the entrance building. Crosses over into the highway median where the train station is. Currently, there is no connection that goes across to the north side of the highway. However, the Transportation Master Plan does call for this possibility taking place probably and hopefully sooner than later, because there's definitely a lot of development happening on that side that is not going to be very well served without that important connection. As you can see, another angle here taking a look at the train station. So the entrance building, crossing over into the highway median, stairs, elevators on both ends. Should be quite an interesting station to see. Of course, the tail tracks end just before the traffic lights over there. Here's one final shot taking a look at the entrance building. The entrances with the vending machines for the tickets. Fare gates will be inside, elevators, stairs, crossing over. Once again, Trim Station, as we continue our trip, heading west. Next station, Place d'Orléans. And here's Place d'Orléans Station. Obviously located in the highway median, just underneath Champlain Street. There's a Champlain entrance over there. This right here is the actual station entrance from the overpass, and you can see the train platforms below. It's actually quite nice. Really has a big feel because of the height and the depth that the highway drops down in the trenched area here. Then if we look farther back, you can see the Legacy Transitway Station overpass and Orleans Boulevard and Convent Glen Station in the distance that way. Now you have the nice station marquee up there, Place d'Orléans. You can see some of the ticket vending machines, the fare gates on the other side, stairs, elevators right over here, double elevators to go down from this entrance. Quite interesting. So if we continue this way, you can see the two double elevator shafts, and then of course the pedestrian fare paid zone crossing that goes from the new entrance expansion on the bus terminal over to the train station. This is the eastbound direction of the train platforms, the overhead walkway. Very nice. This is on the bus station side of the station. The new connection bridge that goes into the new entrance pavilion that provides access with the fare paid zone to the train station and the median. Of course, being a fare paid zone, when you enter the station, you're going to come through this little entrance kiosk with fare gates and vending machines. You'll then cross over the bus station underneath here. as well as the overhead crossings to make your way to the train in the median. So just to recap here, there's essentially 4 ways to get into the station. Either be the overhead crossing, the Legacy crossing from Place Orléans Mall directly, through the entrance kiosk just down at surface street level, through the park and ride, or through Champlain Street overpass on the other side. Here's the other angle at Place Orléans Station. We're looking at it now from the Champlain Street overpass, and as you can see, the Champlain Street entrance is over here, directly connecting into the train platforms below. Of course, the Fair Trade Zone pedestrian crossing and the Legacy Transitway crossing are behind. They're giving multiple ways of getting in and out of the station. As we depart Place Orléans, the next station is going to be Convent Glen, located on the Orleans Boulevard overpass. So just left Place Orléans. Now we're at Convent Glen Station, here on the Orleans Boulevard overpass. Here's the eastbound facing station entrance, the westbound one, inside the median of the 174. Some of the station entrance marquee, fare vending machines, the fare gates, the entrance, elevators, stairs beyond there that go down to the platforms underneath. And then on the other side, pretty much the same thing. There's also a glass curtain wall to help give a bit of shelter from, you know, road spray, salt, rain. Very nice station. Nicely located too. So just another angle here. You can see the side profile of the station, the platforms underneath, the track and guideway heading towards Jeanne d'Arc, just off in the distance. As you can see, really nicely configured and all that. There's a sound barrier wall on the side here. Should be fairly effective at blocking most of the noise, other than when you're right directly underneath the overpass here. The sound is actually going to be pretty manageable and pretty acceptable, actually, being in quite a busy location. Of course, the bus stops are going to be located just on the sides of the road. On the overpass here, they're finishing up concrete work to get those things done. You know, the future bus stop flags, stop A, stop B. See, there's going to be some stops right in front of the station entrances. But just like at the opposite end there, the sidewalk and the area here really widen up with an emergency call device. Looking again, another angle down to the platforms. And of course the guideway heading further west to the next stop, Jeanne d'Arc Station. Here we are now at the Jeanne d'Arc Station, and this one has a really nice and large plaza area just outside the station entrance on one side. As you can see, the sidewalk starts right here, and it really expands out. It's actually pretty neat. And then on the opposite side, we have the other entrance with bus stop B. As you can see out here, glass curtain wall, the station entrance marquee, some signage that'll go out here, and then you can see the fare gates, the vending machines inside. And also doing some tests right now on the passenger information displays and the various systems in the station. Fire. So you can see the ticket vending machines, the elevators, the stairs. Once you go in the station and you see the glass at the end there overlooking the highway, it really has a nice look to it. It really does. It's bright. You don't feel closed in, like there's a lot of glass here. On that side, on the opposite side, it's very inviting. And then of course the large plaza area out here. I mean, you can accommodate a lot of people waiting for a bus, but I mean, maybe there'll be little pop-up things every now and then. I don't know. It seems like a good spot to actually have little something out in the area, like a little barbecue or I don't know what, but it's quite big for what I think it needs to be. And we can look down at the train platforms themselves. This is the eastbound platform. On the opposite side to the right, which we can't see right now, would be the westbound. The other entrance side. And that side is looking towards east, towards Convent Glen, Place d'Orléans trim. Since this is going to be a really important connecting station for people transferring the bus, you can see that the sidewalks have been greatly expanded, especially on the east side of the overpass. West side has also been expanded a little bit. Of course, you have the large plaza areas around here to be able to stand comfortably and wait for the bus without being crowded. I really can't get over how big this area is. Nicely done. Really like it. So here we are at Montreal Station, taking a look just a bit west on Montreal Road. As the station is elevated, you can't really see the station platforms or the train area once we go underneath the overpass where the entrances are. So this is pretty much what we're gonna have for the video, short of actually driving right on the highway itself to see it. We're going down now underneath. Entrances on both sides. Underneath the overpass, you can see the station platform area with the elevator pits above, extending up above the highway. So here we are underneath, looking at the opposite side entrance. And as you can see, there's actually a decent amount of light down here. Sidewalks have definitely been greatly expanded for allowing to connect to the bus. It's a big change from what this area used to be like. Over here you can see the station marquee, the ticket vending machines, fare gates inside, the elevator that goes up, the stairs behind. And then on the other side, pretty much the same thing. You can see the elevator shaft going up and some light behind there because the stairwells are open with natural light. It's very nice. So it's hard to imagine that pretty much this whole structure, which includes the overpass, the guideway, everything. This is all completely brand new. If you recall, the old highway overpass is pretty much exactly where the train guideway is now. So over a pretty decent period of time, they built the new highway overpasses to the sides. You can see it back over there and then back over here. deviated the highway to the new section, demolished the old section in the middle here, built the new train platform area. You can see that it's still enclosed a bit in between with some plywood, but it was a massive undertaking and it really looks good. If you recall the old one, there was sort of like these pillars and divider pretty much right here. So pretty much when you were walking through, there was like a divider wall between the narrow sidewalk and the road, then the pillars for the highway in the middle. It made for really dark, maybe a bit claustrophobic, and definitely didn't have a really safe feeling to it. Definitely much improved now, very impressive. Can't wait to see the station once it's open. So that pretty much wraps it up here for the O-Train East Extension. It's only 5 stations, but it goes quite a distance. So I hope you enjoyed this. We're hoping to have some news in the coming months as far as substantial completion, trial running, and then the inevitable opening to Orléans. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us on railfans.ca, social media, and join our Discord for all the latest news, snapshot updates, and just general O-Train chat.